has it been, 2 weeks? All right. Arizona's second half. I was really excited the way we closed that game out. I thought we played with the passion and energy that we needed to play, and that was a lot of fun winning that game. We weren't really pleased with the first half of it, but the second half we were. San Francisco game, I thought that these guys played as hard as I've seen them play since I've been here, with the effort that they had. It was a great challenge for us. You know, you had a bunch of guys out there, you know, playing their tail off, you know, all the way to the end. And I you know, don't like where we're at as far as, you know, 1 and 2. We got to start faster as a defense, but I like where we're going. And, you know, I told the defense today, one of the things about having a guy that's had experience, that, you know, we still control the narrative. I can remember, you know, for an example, and there's many more than this, but for an example, in 19 when we were in Baltimore, we just lost to Cleveland. We were 2 and 2, and the world was coming to an end. I don't think we had to build an arc like we do now out there, but we went off and ran 14 straight games off. Not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just saying that to the players of, you control the narrative. We control the narrative of our careers, of life, and everything else individually. And I've gone down this with you guys before, that we're gonna be ready to go Monday night, and we got another tough challenge with the Seahawks, who their offense is playing really well and scoring a lot of points. But when it comes time to kickoff, we're going to show up. You know, I love the fact that our fans are so passionate. It gives us an advantage at home, and that's going to help us. With that, I'll open it up to questions.
Wink, I understand edge is a much more complicated pass job than pass rusher, but is there any argument to be made for, as good as he is at setting the edge and dropping in coverage, that you should increase Kayvon's pass rushing snaps and just turn him loose on the quarterback?
He gets turned loose, you know, as many times as we need to turn him loose. You know, I think that if you just want to rush for and play coverage the entire game, and you know, and have me come up here and say this guy didn't play well, this guy didn't play well, that's not me. We are a defense that keeps offenses guessing. They won't admit it to you before you play the game, but when you see them at the combine and everything else, I'm talking about offensive coordinators, we know how to attack protections, and we're going to do it the best way we can do it to affect the quarterback. And that involves Kayvon, but it involves him sometimes dropping, sometimes rushing. You know, there's guys that have more sacks than Kayvon right now, and their team's record is worse than ours. So I think it's 3 games. I don't think what's the old country saying? Don't throw out the baby with the water, or whatever it is. But you know, I think we're going to be just fine with Kayvon. All right.
Is it a concern that you haven't forced any turnovers yet?
Of course it is. It's a concern. You always want to get the ball turned over. You know, in the different types of situations of the game. But you know, if I keep saying, hey, let's rip the ball off of them, and then all of a sudden they start slipping through some tackles. You know what I mean? I think that turnovers, interceptions, fumble recoveries, I think they come in bunches. And how they come in bunches is getting back to what I said before on how you affect the quarterback and how you go tackle the running back with pursuit and all 11 guys there. So, you know, I think they'll come.
Sacks the same way too?
Sacks the same way, of course. It's complementary football.
Have you noticed any frustration from your guys because the numbers haven't maybe been there already?
If there is frustration, they haven't said it to me. I mean, there's frustration when we're not playing well. You know what I mean? When there's lapses and plays and you know, things like that. But there's been no frustration about, I'm not, you know, doing this, I'm not doing that, you know, I need to do this. I mean, everybody wants to play well, but I think that's the only frustration there, Kim.
Circling back on Kayvon real quick, I mean,
I'm coming to you next.
The pass rush production, or the amount of times you guys have rushed him in this pass rush, how would you describe his production? Are you looking for more there? Are you pleased with it?
Always, and he'd be the first one to tell you that. and just finishing at the quarterback, using his hands better. I think that each week, each day, he and Drew work on that. We're going to do some different things that's going to help him. But there's 3 other guys rushing the quarterback when you go to a 4-man rush as well. And I think that helps that individual that's rushing the quarterback, on how they do their job as well. Because he could beat a tackle, and if there's a big space where the quarterback could step up, whose fault is that? Well, we're going to say, well, Kayvon ran past the quarterback. Why didn't he retrace? There's all kinds of different things that go into it. But to me, there's no panic. Is there concern? No. And I just think he's a good football player, and it's going to work out. I really do.
Bobby had mentioned that you guys did a tackling circuit drill yesterday.
Yeah.
What did you see from them in that, and why did you decide to bring it back?
Well, I think that whenever you have a game, I think Dallas, we missed 4 tackles. That's what I was really pleased with when we came out of that first game. Usually the first game is when you miss the most. And San Francisco was our worst tackling game that we had. And, we made it a focal point yesterday. And it was different types of tackles, breaking a stiff arm down, running them out of bounds, wrapping them up, running your feet through a ball carrier. And even to the point where you're hitting quarterbacks, gator rolling when you hit them so you don't land with your body weight on the quarterback, because we do have to do a better job of getting off the field on 3rd down, no matter what game it is. All right, and that's always been a strength of ours. And right now, penalties is one of the biggest reasons why we're not getting off the field on 3rd down. So that was the 3 main emphasis in that tackling drill that we did.
How do you do that during the season? Is it more drills, more physical
Yeah.
drills? Like, what can you do during the season to fix that?
Jordan, I think it's a mindset. We all know the rules and how the rules have changed and everything else. Like when I'm saying, tackling, wrapping up. We used to, back in the day, take them down to the ground, and you would do something like that. Where, today now I have the running back have a shield, so they can get the thump where they're wrapping and running their feet. While they have the shield. With the Guardian helmets on and all that, it's different. Okay, and what it comes down to, they're professional athletes, and they got to have that mindset of taking the right angle, stepping toes on toes, and making tackles, which they have, and they're going to do it again. Like I said, it was the San Francisco game is the biggest game where that came out, and then all of a sudden there's a wildfire that we can't tackle. Come out Monday night, chart them.
Wink with Simmons and Basham, who came in late.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a bigger role for either or both of them?
I think it's a growing role. It's probably a BS answer I gave you, but it is. It's just a growing role. The more that they feel comfortable in the system, the more I feel comfortable with them and what they can handle, the more plays they'll get. Go ahead, Pat.
Who do you view as the leader or leaders of your defense?
I think Dex and Leo. Leo has come out and with he's come out with a sense of urgency in these first 3 games. I know he got banged up in San Francisco, but I think those 2 are. I think Bobby is becoming a leader. It's like I said, when you have new guys, you're gelling as a defense. And the same thing, like I told them, going back in 2019. It all depends who you have and where, how long it takes to gel. And obviously we're not there yet, but we're on our way. And I guess the biggest thing for me is I love a challenge. I don't think you should be in this profession if you don't. So we run to challenges. And, we got a challenge. You couldn't stay in this business as long as we have if you don't like challenges. And I know what the challenge is. I've been here before. And we'll go attack it.
Wink, you've said all along that you like to keep your personality even keel with the players.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a time, or has there been a time that you would see that it's time to light it up a little bit to get your guys going, or is that artificial in your eyes?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think any human reaction you have is artificial. I think it's real. You know, I think at times when you see staying even keel, you know, you're having a walkthrough and someone's not paying attention. The time that we put in it, when I say we, the players and the coaches that we put in this, someone's not paying attention. You'll hear me, you know. And I'm just not one of those guys that continually screams on game day or during practice, because I think you can go up and just tell somebody. Sometimes that hurts more when you're calm and you tell somebody what they need to do, you know. And so I don't think that you're not going to see me explode on the sidelines. Hope not.